Go.
If we're going off what we know, that was a must-win map for ENCE, right? And now things get real difficult. Especially big on the T side as well. Although T sides have been tenuous at best today, so let's see how they continue into the series. With everyone warmed up and feeling good, we got smokes into the B site, bomb going lower, and Xantara's waiting in the palace to split A.
Yes, indeed.
Wow,
Absent. Up through the connector.
Yeah.
And into Yampi. And there is a man in through window. That's Keto, who's going to get that trade at least. But with two already back in CT, Xantares needs these. And little spin, back round. No one's checking for Doto. No one checked for this man. And Alu has pushed the issue out from CT, just chasing kills down. It's left to a 1v1. This is weird, and I don't like it. Xantares trying to return some normality, and there it is with the third. Big, they lock in the pistol somehow, some way, really on the back of just one man. That man being Xantares.
Ah, yeah. Heard of him. Pretty good.
And, you know, just to kind of stir the pot here.
Okay.
You guys ready?
It's always a good start to...
So, I just had a gander, right? And I'm thinking about, like, the most impactful player that I've seen grace big in the server in a long time. Do you have any idea who I'm talking about?
Who?
I'm thinking Searson, but only because he has one negative event pretty much for the past year, if I can see this right.
Yeah, no, I can totally get behind that.
Make it two, actually. Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, I think if anything, it's more like the most impactful change that Big have ever had is bringing Searson in. Because, like, you know, he does sometimes have events where he falls off a bit and, like, just goes a bit quiet, or even games where the games are very important and he goes a bit quiet. I think Tabson's someone that's really, really consistent, and his impact, IGL in as well, can't be understated enough. But I do think in terms of, like, the most impactful moves that Big has ever undergone, it was probably bringing in Searson. These USPs get away with, frankly, way more than they ever should have. Big still get that round, but at what cost? That's what they're left to ask themselves. Moving into round number 3, where that full buy is going to be coming through for ENCE. I do love Xantares in this team, though, right? It's someone who, you know, like, started casting around the time of, like, Space Soldiers and all that, like, really being on this come up and starting to look sick. It was always, like, Xantares was always one of these people who, in a lot of ways, almost had a storyline that would have been, like, parallel to someone like Tabson, where they get stuck, like, trying to bring up an entire region as, like, you know, one of the big hopes there. Obviously, there were great guys in with him, guys like Calix and Major. Calix obviously going on to find a little bit of success with Envy, but I'm just happy that Xantares found himself in a team that compete at the top level. Woxic being another one, obviously not from Space Soldiers, right? But was at one point in time, and then, like, had a bit of a weird history, I think, with some of the other guys from that team. But he went on to find success as well. And so it was nice having these, like, breakout Turkish stars go on to join top teams. Now this round, Keto and Xantares, just Xantares now, the man that we've just spent the whole round talking about, left in a 1v2, only armed with a Galil. And they're closing the gap, getting into the site. Doto wins the fight, so the defuse comes through for ENCE.
Yeah, man, Doto's looking really good in this game as well. Definitely a hot prospect for ENCE, but that's the thing. It's not like this team lacks firepower in any regard, right? Look at some of the names on this team and some of the experience that ENCE have as a unit. So I hope they can show something in this map. I'm a little worried. They did get a hell of a comeback in Nuke, but not winning that one, oof. Recent results on Mirage haven't been great for ENCE either. Getting blown out of the water by OG and AGO in recent times back at the Pro League. And, well, new day, new roster, new chance for ENCE. Full buy and big on eco. Respecting things after they get a bump on in a buy round, but they don't pick it up. So, saving for the 5th. Oh, Xantares goes back through the Molotov. Big with a con smoke.
And now what?
Yeah, great question. 4 Deegs at least. Big can walk up into the connector and wait on the fade. Got a player outside ramp, but ENCE, no eyes on this right now. Sergey should be able to stop them crossing, but Alu could get caught.
Better check in between, taps in.
Oh.
Well, there it is. Tizian takes him down. But all the damage has been done. Searson had a nice positioning there to cut off a rotation.
Bye-bye.
But Alu instead be the last remaining member over here towards this A site. The rotation's in. Tizian tries to stick a plant. Gets the stick. Now with an M4, jumps up on top of the bomb box. Curious position.
Oh.
He's got it. Kill on the Jumpy. And that's all she wrote.
That's a hell of a round to win, right? Deagles for big. Yeah, Searson getting picks into the window, cutting off the B rotates, makes ENCE a little bit scared in the site, and Alu gets naded out as well. That's gotta hurt. What a clutch for Tizian. No armor, 30 health, and just 1v2s like that. Shocked. And yeah, not around the big were even planning on winning. They were going to buy in this one. So now they've got just that little bit extra. And the AWP is available, pushing to the top of mid. Sergey with the UMP. Dinks down Keto. Still many more players running out with the flashbangs, and Sergey can't see a thing. It's trading pretty well for ENCE, but they are taking damage and still underwhelming weaponry. Jumpy trapped at short right now. Tizian should be able to clear him out and open up B for the taking. And no kit in this round either for ENCE on what will likely be a retake. Guns dropped in middle. Maybe they can find AKs to play with.
Yeah, just maybe. This bomb's going to see some planning action over here at the B site. Tizian already up in market. Alu upgrades to an M4. Sonny's just looking around like, hey, man, I want the AK. That's just too damn bad, isn't it? Big go up to 4. Wow.
I feel like we were just getting like a moment in the life of James Bardolph, drone racer. Right, that's what he does. I don't know if you've seen them videos. And flying the drones around the offices.
Oh yeah.
That's what we were just doing on the camera. That's pretty sick.
You know, Harry,
he does it, man.
I've been around you all day, and all you've been talking about is James Bardolph. So if you want,
yeah, well, you know, I like him.
We could call him.
I don't know if that's a great idea.
Or if you like him so much, why don't you just marry him, Harry?
It's a strong question.
I mean, yeah, when you pose it like that, right? Like, what can I even say?
Exactly.
Adolf, if you're looking, I'm looking too. Big, on to 4.
Okay.
Thank you, Harry, for that.
Well, yeah, man, because that was totally me who took us that.
Thank you so much, Harry. Get back to your calculator and get out of my face.
Well, Trey's toxic AF today, of course. Nade into the window.
Bye-bye.
And Yampy gets deleted from it. Smoke to follow. And that's going to cut this line of sight down. Sonny and Alu with the 2 weapons. Alu over towards B. Sonny in the window, and he drops down. They've just heard that, thanks to Keto being nearby in mid, so they know that he's left that ladder room.
Oh, if you're hitting that, that's when I DC. That's when you quit. No, thank you. Noto given a D, gonna B rotate. As Sonny leaves the site, looking like B after all. Top con smoke. 2 guns in the right place right now. Sonny spots players deep B, but he can't get out. He has his knife out, trying to run, and they chase him down. Alu headshot by Keto on the entry, and Bigger inside of the site, likely with another round at their feet. Keto's just going on one, man. He's just chasing him down. Does give up an AK, but not the round, and Tizian won't let Sergey escape either. 5-1 for Big. Just the slow, painful mid-control. Even if ENCE know where it's going, There's not a lot they can do about it, with some great entries for Big. A quick pause for ENCE before they come into their next gun round. Will they try and take some more aggression? All we've seen in that you know, category is Sergey pushing top mid with a UMP, and he got triple flashed out. So not easy to take much control on the CT side of Mirage when you are just losing the fight out in mid. Big holding patiently and then exploding with 5.
So far, so good for him. And definitely, if I had to guess, which is not necessarily definitely, but ENCE talking over that mid control problem. How they want to approach it. Maybe we'll see in this round. Searson v. Alu on the ops.
And again, a patient default out of spawn for Big. They know it's a huge rifle round for ENCE. Big could continue sweeping this T side if they lock this one in and break the money again. Everyone's holding, everyone's waiting. And finally, Alu strikes. Antares walks into the orb, was pushed in the palace very deep, even ahead of the smoke as well, baited in by ENCE's utility. And so Big group in mid instead. One towards B, trying to find Yampi. They're coming up cat fast.
Yeah, he's drawing a lot of attention over here towards the halls. Alu backs away from A. This one's going B. Undoubtedly, Jompy taking down Keto through a smoke is traded by Searson.
Oh,
It's just Tizian left in a 1-on-4.
Oh, well, that there is a nice kill to Sunny, but that's not really made things too much easier for old mate Tizian. He will be given the respect to grab this bomb. Timing's going to be everything, though, with Doto coming in on this flank, keeping the pressure applied. The swing from Tizian nets the kill to Alu, and a second man now takes up the reins in the market. Tizian is not aware of that, and so open to Sergey. The round gets locked in for ENCE. 2 on the board, but a damn good try from Tizian, who is giving us a great game right now. You start to believe when he deals with Alu, and he seemed aware that there was going to be a second man coming in, either from short or the apartments. It was discounting that market position on the back of not getting traded in the Alu fight that comes back to punish him.
keeps ENCE in this, only for now, only by a thread. Their money just above water. Good grenade. Taps Tizian's toes. Does respond with one just as well. And Sunny, if he jumps, he's dead. Oh, Tizian sees him back up. Sunny not going to re-peek into that one. Tizian trying to move him over with the Molotov in the sight, but Yampi's close as well, looking for an engagement. So Tizian needs to be careful. Yampi can find this right now if he swings. There it is. Good shot. 5 on 4 for ENCE. Again, another round where they get the opener off of Yampi at B. And Big is still going to commit. Or not going to commit, rather. They're holding off, still on this default. Setting up smokes towards the jungle and connector. Keto needs a big entry here. That one flashbang has drawn everyone back. They throw on towards short. The A players peel into CT. They can still come through this vent room, but they don't know if they have it right now. Big of 20 seconds, and they've walked contact into the A site. Doto in spawn, gonna get flashed in for a peek. Keto annihilates him, and now Big somehow back in the advantage.
Oh, a nice shot from Alu to at least deal with the pesky Keto. Down towards ramp. Tabson catching.
Oh no! Tabson!
Oh, Tabson did just sacrifice Searson. Luckily enough, Zantares, being the gentleman and scholar that he is, he's brought this back into a 1v1. Sunny charging him down, trying to get back into the site. Oh, and he's nailed it. Oh, that is a round that is going to haunt Tabson and the rest of Big for a little while. It's the third on the board for ENCE, and that whiff from Tabson really costs them everything there. Searson was holding for the short push, And you know, Tabson's like, don't worry, mate, I've got you. You're all good, you're safe.
Yeah.
And then Searson starts getting shot, and it's like, Tabson?
The worst part about that is, as well, is like Searson's in the best post-plant position of all of them, right? Considering no one's coming in from mid, the bomb is open for him, and if it's him and Xantares surviving, Tabson's expendable on the bench. He knows he's dying. It's just how many can he take down with him? And yeah, Searson would have been perfect for the post-plant, for shutting down Sunny, but Xantares peeking it very early as well. Like, you know, you can't really get too angry about that. He's confident, but he loses the fight, and he could have played the bomb. Option was there. He's in with the B pick, and all this lower player here is all the feet rumbling and tumbling towards B. Yampy has been good at holding this one down. He's been good at getting openers, but right now he's going to get dealt everything. All the T's flooding through. Yampy annihilated again by Keto, and Alu does take one out, pushing through the market to stop the plant, denying it, and leaving Xantares with the flank. Does take down Doto, but M4 grabbed 1-on-2. How does he want to approach this?
Yeah, with the bomb down, and Sergey and Alu encircling it, it's really just not a whole lot of room to work with. Tons of time, and that is a bit of a saving grace here. Xantares doesn't show face. He forces ENCE to be aware of many different avenues. Gives him a chance to slip through. But as it stands, there's an AWP holding the halls where he finds himself.
Oh, he's just caught an all right time in there, but the tag through the wall.
Oh.
And the molly to follow up. Xantares waiting patiently, has dealt with Alu, but the nade wipes him out. Sergey with the little right click to drop that up onto the platform, locks it in, and ENCE find 4. And now suddenly, you get a little bit worried for Big. Obviously, wasn't a tremendous amount put into that round there, but this is, you know, that pendulum of momentum that we saw come back to hurt the big boys on Nuke. Now looking to swing back in favor of the Finns once again.
Oh, here they come. Xantares, this is a great off angle for Sergey. Xantares is clearing everything else but this. He's going to walk past and won't be ready. Sergey with a shot, and ENCE another advantage. They've been really good at getting these 5-on-4s. It's often been Yampy on that B site. Ooh. Now he's over on A, getting tagged and avoids the nades. Doto trading 1-for-1 in middle. They're grouping towards B. Just hoping for the best. Oh, that aggression for Sunny as well. He was a solo B player. They're trying to run, trying to fill the gap. Searson could catch Yampy on the A side. That could even send the bomb back. Big might be tempted by that factor, but already out in the site is Keto gone with the bomb. Alu's found 2, and now Searson in the clutch.
Yeah, got a lot of work ahead of him. And he finds himself on half HP due to a molly.
Oh!
The mind games, oh my God.
He saw him. I think he saw Alu.
This is weird. Searson's
super
going
creepy.
by. Goodbye. Bye, Alu.
Oh,
Bye.
oh.
Hello, Sergey. Oh, Alu does see him, and Sergey is in the market. This is weird as hell. And Searson tries to bait the shot out.
Oh.
Alu's spidey senses start tingling. He senses something isn't right, turns around on a dime, and puts 5 on the board for ENCE.
Funny part about this is Searson's trying to like bait Alu out of position with a Glock drop to make noise. If he never did that, Alu wouldn't have known how deep Searson got on the catwalk, and that might have been a very different round. At the same time, the Glock drop gives Searson the room to get to market, but he doesn't get much further, almost clearing Sergey. That was scarily close. Scarily? Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's a real word. Yeah.
Yeah, there was 2 very unfortunate moments, right? The Glock drop and the not committing to the chase to Searson. He just didn't know he was in market. Tizian's gone deep. Oh, into the site now.
Oh, Sunny is so blind.
Sunny is blind as a bat, but they have discounted him entirely. And so from under the window, he's put up a double. There is a 3rd man in this site. Keto immediately traded, and Searson once again left in the clutch. Now, hasn't had the best luck on any of these timings. Is this one going to be any better? Surely you can't be unlucky twice in a row. Oh, maybe. tag onto Yampy, who gives up this angle, and they're just going to peek it together. This is a very rough round for Searson now, and Doto's there to round it out.
A rough round for Big, all things considered. They get out in the site with the bomb, but Sunny plays that one pretty much exactly as he has to.
Yeah, he's just shocked by how many players have made it past him.
Since Tabson whiffed that spray onto the com player and they threw that 3v3, you know, like post plant in which they had it dead to rights, Big haven't won a round, and that's now put ENCE in the lead.
Oh dear.
There he is, the culprit.
In the big house for him. Lock him up, throw away the key. Yeah, that's a real shame for Big, isn't it? But ENCE at least giving us something worth talking about, giving us a competitive series. Maybe not going the way they wanted on their map pick, but they're biting back against Big here on Mirage. And like, yeah, the recent results on Mirage have been pretty bad for ENCE, but it's also not one they've played since Pro League. And also, well, new roster. And historically, I think Alu, Sunny, these are players that have shined on this map. Yampy's given us a good one too. Doto dropped lower. Wanted to fight up top mid, but they're already out with the smokes. Ali supporting on the orb. Sunny swings off a flash. Molly gonna push. Oh, taps and smokes it. Okay, no. Denied. And ENCE realize they have to get out of there alive. Set towards A or Big in this round. Searson gets smoke spammed out of Palace. Probably never got... Oh no, just wallbanged rather. It's an unfortunate way to start for Big, but so many of these rounds have been as they set up on ramp with 2. Jump spotting for Sergey might get this info ahead of time. Yeah, he's seen bomb.
Doto going through the con smoke, hits the perfect timing. Will get traded by Tizian, but still, he does well to keep the advantage in favor of ENCE moving into this retake. Sunny through the connector, blindsiding Xantares. Tizian on the stairs, not looking at the place where his teammate did just get murdered from, and so that leaves Keto all alone. Sunny deals with him, and ENCE put 7 on the board. 4K from Sunny. And that's a bit of a weird one, man. These post plants of Big have been so messy, like very, very messy. Kind of uncharacteristic as well of what we associate with Big. I remember on these guys' rise to the top earlier in the year, that they were looking like so tactically sound, right? Like, and then you had great individuals to go on top of that. And it really does feel like throwing away that one 3v3 that they had has gotten in the heads of Big a bit. As mentioned, still haven't found anything since that point.
Yeah.
And that was all the way back in round 8.
5-1 to 7-5. I mean, that's numbers speak for themselves, Harry. You don't have to be a mathematician to figure out the Big are in hot water right now.
Yeah, timeout after timeout. Uncomfortable silence across the server on the Big side.
And maybe time up for Big. Another eco. They've been going towards B, and many of these low economy rounds have Big. ENCE often winning them out pretty easily. Rarely even getting into post plants. Big doing it again. Players towards A and middle, but the bulk in B. Sunny's pushed. He knows.
2 away.
Many more where that came from, though. He sees a second player chasing, and Sunny gets out there with a molly on the ground to stop anyone dropping out of the apartments. Big aren't committing, though. They aren't running. Once they push him back, they go back themselves to line up smokes. Knowing that even stalling this a few seconds will keep ENCE on that A site. The bomb hasn't been seen in the apartment. Xantares also, you know, if they execute B while Xantares is here, like, yeah, maybe he can kill rotates, maybe. But really, if the bomb gets planted, he's screwed. The bomb's going back to mid, potentially ending A here despite this B fake for Big. Is anyone going to commit behind this util? They've drawn a 3rd rotation, but still ENCE have 2 anchor players on the A side with no reason to move. Tabson with the 1 tap. He got spammed out by Sunny and wins that fight. Now A looking like the site in question for Big. It's all up to Sergey.
Imagine you're Sunny there. Oh, well, what can Sergey do? Oh, nothing. Deeked out of the round. This would be huge for Big. Tabson, late lurk, does let one get away. And we remember what happened last time. I was going to say, if Searson dies again, which in a way he kind of did.
To Alu.
Keto holding it ramp, Tabson it short. The bomb's planted for him. That's a good round for Big nonetheless. And man, that is a feels bad man for Sunny. We've all been there. He's spamming someone through a wall. He's probably going to look at the end of that round like, yep, 22 in 8. And then he one-tapped me with a P250.
Yeah, that's so sad. And great play for Tabson right after getting that. He doesn't commit into B. He sees a player go cat, and he stalls out that kill for as long as he can. Yeah, okay, sure. It gets Searson killed. He was jumping on the box. Alu sniped him off the top, but it wins the round this time for Big, as Tabson not only has a perfect post plant with a rifle on short B, but late kill on the player leaving that site as well. So ENCE never really had the info. That's a nice round for Big. I mean,
plus Tabson's kind of big-brained it there, right? He's the IGL. He can say, right, so Searson, here's the call from the leader, from our IGL.
From me.
You are going to be the bait for me to get these kills and win the rounds. And Searson's like, well, I don't love it.
Round's around, Harry.
And a round is a round, Hugo. There's no arguing with that logic. That's sound. And sound is sound.
Also true.
Sound is sound. Kill is kill. Eco is force.
Way of the pug. ENCE have bought in here as they're left with not a lot. Orb, M4, triple Deeg. Big can do it with Deagles. Why can't ENCE? We'll have to wait and see. Alu's up on Cat with one heavy short side setup. Hits the tag. Yampy's here on the corner close as well, but he gets flashed off. Ollie, they're trapping him in the ladder room. Alu trying to get out with a bang, trying to take them down with him, but he sits in the flames and perishes. No way to escape.
And for Alu, that's got to be so frustrating.
Especially with it being with the one orb.
I'm typing in the chat. I can only imagine.
Yampy's picked it up. Sunny got aggressive at ramp and traded 1-for-1 with his teammate. Then dying to Tabson. Let's give it a bomb plant to Bigger to retake his on for ENCE with no kit either. Yampy has that orb. Tabson's on the long flank. Keto needs to stay alive. If he dies, that could be a massive problem with Yampy smoking the bomb, but they're not giving him a pick back in, and so Keto just waits, and ENCE, they've got to get closer by the second. Tick-tock goes that clock. Tabson on the flank in the right place at the right time, but they're on the defuse, and he's got to hit a blind spam. They've got to get him off, and they do. Keto does it all instead. Tabson not needed, and the AWP is saved as well. Big up to 7. It may have been a 5-1. It could have been a dominant half, but 8-7 win for Big potentially here. They'll take that too.
That's looking better than it started, that's for damn sure. It's off to a good start, and we're back up to even strength. Well, no one breaks the grade on their way to window. And now these A players start to set their claws in for the last round of the half.
Yeah, we got another one of these ramp pushes for ENCE. And these have often given over pretty decent results, but a lot of it's going to come down to the timing of this B hit. If Big gets straight into B and get the bomb down, then his flank might not really play into it. Yampy has got one hell of an opportunity here. Either he is going to give us one of the best plays we've seen in a while. Oh, it's close, right? Xantares able to cancel it out, but it's still the advantage for ENCE. That is until Keto strikes. But there's the response from Sunny. Xantares trading, and it's just trade warfare in at the B site. Sergey and Doto left alive. Armed with only a Deagle and a 5-7 to propel themselves into a 2v2 retake.
Yeah, they dropped the smoke in the doorway there of the market. They've set themselves up in a nice little crossfire here, and it's going to force ENCE with these pistols and no kit to wait the smoke out or go straight to the window.
hit on Alu's body just out of market, so there is a chance here still for ENCE, but Tabson has the cross from short. He checks back, he gets one, and Tabson closes the half with the favor of Big. 8-7 at the end of things. Things are looking good for the 2-0 as Big want to stay in the tournament, looking to knock out ENCE in what could be the last half of the series. Don't miss it, we'll be back in a mo.
Millions of gamers rage quit every day. Mountain Dew Game Fuel's got you covered. Game Fuel is specially crafted with ingredients shown to improve accuracy and alertness. Another one saved by Mountain Dew Game Fuel.
Jumping back into it, and Big has shown us that they have the resolve to bring us into a even game and then beyond. 8-7 at the half switch, and we see ENCE flip it on over. They're going to need a response on their teeth. Jumping back into it, and Big has shown us that they have the resolve to bring us into a even game and then beyond. 8-7 at the half switch, and we see ENCE flip it on over. They're going to need a response on their T side to keep themselves alive here at the Intel Extreme Masters Beijing 2020. And for us, we just look onwardly, hoping, waiting, wishing for the best possible outcome. Keto 22-12. Well, let's see what ENCE have in their pistol.
Waiting in spawn, waiting for the call. Is it B? Is it A? I don't know. Big wait, and maybe one day they will. Sunny's up Cat with a fake play that's going to draw big on that rotate. They're playing very fast, but already they realize no one has followed Sunny into the depths of the B site. Keto tapping away from spawn, very confident, but also very dangerous. Yampi's out with the P250, and ENCE have control of the A site, but bigger fine with that. They're playing retake. Oh dear, Keto finishing the job, dropping the bomb, and wow, what a play. tabseN was firing off shots from short as well, which made ENCE cancel the plant in the first place, and Alu on a big flank, they hear it, they know the vent breaks, and tabseN shuts it out. Big, flawless pistol.
Yeah, really well done. And starting to slip away from this lead. It behooved them to get a response in earlier rather than later.
Deeks out for the boys. And down through mid they run. And they really are running. Nade on tabseN could do good damage onto Yampi.
Bluey.
And ENCE, they're all down here in middle. But they're not mobilizing anywhere particular just yet. Instead boosting. Trying to spot syrsoN in the window, but he's not giving them this fight. Will give them the fight, actually. And they flash Xantares off of Cat. Doto with a great Deeg shot to open the round. Bit of damage done back in response. tabseN with a big old flank in through B. Now, this flank is a pretty awkward call for him to have to commit to, and you can see he's even hesitant about the idea, right? Because they don't really know where ENCE are, they don't really know where this is looking to end up, but they've lost CT and they've lost middle, and now they're losing players on both bomb sites. ENCE could go anywhere. And so tabseN, he's just waiting over in towards T-spawn in the T apartments.
Like, he's flanked
so
himself.
far away from anything that's going on in this round that's relevant. And so ENCE, they've done it with the Deegs. There's no way back into this for tabseN.
Wow. That's just a very nice round for ENCE. Everyone fires off, everyone catches big. And like, as said, right, not only does tabseN not know what's going on, but everyone's moving for big, trying to figure it out, trying to spot info, and they're getting picked apart on rotations. tabseN turning at the wrong time. They're getting close. Sergey with a shot, and it's ENCE up to 8 with a single death. You take those when you get them.
That was the necessary response. They're going to keep it competitive for now. But again, remember, big are up 1 map in this series after an overtime on Nuke. This is an elimination game.
Pressure is on. But the buy is not big. Putting money in, but saving a little bit for later. ENCE fast out lower. Keto. Oh, he does do it. The Deagle's spam finds Sergey and Palace. There's an AK picked up on an armored player as well. ENCE in middle. Surely big don't win the force right back. Boosting. Doto in a nice position, but tabseN's found another. Oh no, 1 by 1. Big picking ENCE apart. Oh, they just don't stop.
No. No, they
Another
do not.
one. Oh, tabseN dies to Doto, but it's all worthwhile. Xantares with a trade. And Alu, no bomb. No chance.
And a nasty surprise waiting here in middle. He's like, well, you know, maybe I can go mid, maybe I can get one. But here's the double swing. Down goes tabseN. And the follow-up to Keto. That is a nuts little Deagle 2-piece. But with 40 seconds left, what more can Ali do? 6 HP. And big with this bomb still under their control. Yeah, they fed the beast a bit. But Alu not going to be given any more freebies, surely. Xantares pushing up close at Cat. Tag from the Deagle.
Oh, dear.
Alu, don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. And there's the trade from syrsoN. Better late than never. 10 on the board for big. as they do it straight back to ENCE with Deagles of their own.
Nice round for Searson as well. He's having a real tough time in this game. 7 kills. He gets 2 of them, though, in that round. And the opener with the Deag as well. So, yeah, it needed that, really, for Big. And that's going to hurt ENCE, who didn't even get a bomb plant to justify, you know, a decent buy in this round. They might just put their money in and continue the force buy wars, but they get harder and harder as each time they go on. Frustrations for ENCE, and rightly so. This is elimination on the line. It's not just a knockdown to a lower bracket. This is the lower bracket. Don't get much lower than this.
I think you're right, Hugo. I think you are correct. Timeout comes to an end. What did ENCE discuss? Alu, with an AWP in his hand, a glass cannon at that.
Oh, over here in mid. Sunny, good for the opener. Alu gonna go through that ramp smoke and catches Keto. The Deags rush Searson out through Palace and he's surrounded. Surely not again. Alu on the stairs, fast with the AWP, and it's left to Tizian. Oh, Alu doing it all. Glass cannon, and he takes 9 points of damage. My word.
Yeah, it wasn't like he sat back either.
No, he went running in, man. He looked like he was wearing the... I don't even know. Like
what was he wearing, Harry?
I was going to say, like, you know, just like the tankiest armor of all, but... Man, he just runs in like so determined to take every possible fight. And with good reason. Alu topping the charts in a big way. And so the force buy wars set to continue here. With an AWP in the mix to really spice things up. Look at how similar the scoreboards are as well, right? Like both teams featuring kind of one standout player. And I think that something that is a bit of a problem here is that Alu looking really good with this AWP, but you can't say the same thing for Searson on the other side, right? He's really been struggling here.
Yeah, he's been more of a force to be reckoned with right now, rather quiet. Of course, after I did say that he'd been one of the most impactful, so maybe it's a caster curse after all. Good thing I'm not a caster, though.
Happens too frequently.
It's usually Harry that says it and ruins it for everyone, but...
Yeah,
this
Harry.
time. Yeah, Harry.
I appreciate you. Trace.
Yeah, Harry.
And Harry.
No.
Yes.
Pistols for big. Good luck with that, bruh.
Oh.
Keto, the first victim in the round, to Sunny. Peeks underpass. Dumps a smoke in the top of connector. And then start to work on middle.
Yeah, something I think it's important to note going into this is that Big actually just conceded the force buy wars. They didn't keep them going. This is... It's meant to be an eco, but you're going to have 2 players that can't afford anyway. So I don't really even love this call, honestly.
Unless you're double ecoing, but then, you know.
But then you may as well have just forced in the first place.
I mean, it's going to mean, yeah, well, we'll see how they decide to do it next round, right? Not much loss at all, but some losing potentially in this round as ENCE have a 5-on-3. Yeah, I was going to say 1 and round. Thank you very much. 2 words for the price of 1, though. You pay what you get for.
Well, you know, we've seen how the run's gone, but this is the swan song for Tizian over towards short. He gets bested by Doto. And
yeah, there goes Alu.
Parks and Recreation reference, which...
Parks and Rec, I think they call it.
Yeah, that is what they call it, but not what I call it. Searson dropped out by Yampi, and there is 10 on the board for ENCE. Tying us up. So let's see what the decision is here for Big. Because as mentioned, they conceded the force buy wars. They were like, right, guys, let's just eco. Let's just admit that, you know, we're not going to keep this going. But I still struggle to see what the idea is here. Because like, even on the players that can buy outside of that, yeah, it's a double eco. So yeah, I really am not a fan of it. Like,
I mean, it just means your next buy is better.
Yeah, right. Like you get to bring a bit more utility into it. You can get AWPs as well. But you could have done all of that and still forced in the last, really. Like, especially the fact that you had players who could have bought here. And everyone just kind of dies. No one's even reacted to Yampy getting out.
You gotta have money to make money. That's what they say, Harry. So
well, no, actually, I think they say scared money don't make money, and holding on to what little you have is actually the definition of that.
It's almost like both things can be true.
Well,
hold on, guys. Get your calculators out. Nerds. Alu paints Searson a pretty one on the wall. And taps and goes down in the round. ENCE go up to 11, 10 for big.
I agree, Harry. Anyway, just a bottom liner, I would have forced 2. What it does mean is this buy is excellent.
Oh, so you're just playing devil's advocate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always siding with the devil, aren't you, Hugo?
Yeah, I do love a bit of
devil's
devilry.
best friend, really.
Well, I am trying to put it from Big's perspective, you know, as to why they would make that decision. And that decision's been made, Harry, frankly. So you kind of got to give it the respect it deserves.
Who the hell is Frankly?
Yeah. Orbs out on Searson. Get me out is what I'm saying. Maybe Big is saying it too. And ENCE might send them to a third map if they have their way. But fast out mid, Yampy don't care. He's running the gauntlet with a Mac straight into the window room as well. Tabson. Spamming back, casting to find him. Yampy with a deagle, and he gets out. No, you gotta punish him. You gotta trade that kill. And finally, Searson does. But look at B, it's been lost in the process, lost in the source as Tizian, the solo anchor, gone. And Big might have to save.
Oh, yeah. A big save. Oh, dear. Scrappy round through and through. ENCE are going to go up to 12 in the back of it. And for Harry,
right?
I'm kidding, Harry. You little advocated devil.
Hearing your name from Trace is one of the like top 10 most terrifying things.
Why? What did I do? Is it the American Psycho skits? Get you guys kind of sideways?
A skit. Yeah, that was a skit. Yeah.
Well, on that note, I've got to return some videotapes.
They say comedy is based on reality.
Are imitating life.
That's a better way of putting it. Damn, dude, you should talk for a living.
No, I don't think so.
Either. 13-10.
I have a bit of mumble in my words.
Okay,
so.
dude, let's keep it up.
Look, man.
All right, Harry.
Team Liquid not playing now, but we appreciate the jersey.
Got a Havu jersey,
the enthusiasm as well.
Got a Havu jersey. They got a pretty cool logo too. ENCE last pause, 12-10. Up, but not out. Are Big. This is supposedly a really good map for Big coming into today, but they're having trouble right now on the CT side. And ENCE fighting for their life with their backs up against the wall, knowing elimination is just 6 rounds away. They want to at least stall that out to Dust2. A map that they suddenly become, you could argue, favorites on, especially considering Searson is struggling right now. He needs to pick it up in this CT side with the AWP. It's a big investment, and it can't afford to be wasted. Especially with Alu streaking together kills in rounds gone by. 12-10, pauses are over, and ENCE, where do they go?
Oh, the old Millennium Falcon strat. You jump out the window, push underpass. Op there, Alu answers.
It's going to hurt for Searson, man. Only digs him deeper. I don't know about the second player, though. Xantara's bad timing, though. He's going to get backstabbed here if he's waiting for this kill onto Alu. Sunny realizes and just gets the shot. That is so unlucky. Xantares didn't have a clean kill on the opposing AWPer, and now they're down in a 3-on-5.
That's brutal. Like, they thought they had that trade locked in at the very, very least, but now they've dug this hole even deeper.
Uh-oh. Well, Keto's pushed all the way up on A ramp. He's about to be joined by 2 Finns.
Oh.
Wow, that's huge. Now they're going to start to pressure out through Palace. Keto's coming back, and Tabson is rotating in through mid, but they know about Keto, and they're deeper than he's ready for. Alu rotating back safely. I'm not down yet. Yampi delaying it for a moment, and that's given a bit more time for tabseN and Tizian to rotate in. tabseN, I think, could actually see a bit of Yampi there, but reacting a tiny bit late. Knows at least that he's on triple. Yampi just deletes him, though, ahead of time.
Wow.
And Sergey there to put 13 on the board. Man, Trace, you call that the Millennium Falcon. They try to dive out through mid, and if that's the case, Alu sat in the window. He's old mate Disney, because he absolutely trashes the legacy of that thing. There's now...
Nice.
Oh, it's going to get up to 13. Just absolutely destroying Big right now.
Right, what if Walt Disney is listening right now? Okay, what if Mickey Mouse is tuning in?
Hey guys, it's Mickey Mouse.
Wow, dude, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, nice, nice.
Well, that will be Harry Russell for any impending lawsuits. That's HARRYRUSS. And of course, there's a double L after the E.
Kind of spelt it backwards there, but we get the gist. Fast out mid is tabseN with a flash, dropping the bomb, but with only pistols, Alu has free reign over the middle, and he doubles up. Nice little sneak into lower for syrsoN, catches a good timing when no one looks, but Dota's got his eyes on it, and let's see if Yampi is aware from inner B. Yes, he is. Tizian with another, but it's still a 2-on-4, 2-on-3 rather, with no weapons, and ENCE have no reason to move. They can keep holding on. Alu looks away. Keto takes down Sergey, and Alu's getting hounded down from the top of mid as Yampi comes out lower. They know about him as well. They need to pick a target, and they need to pick one now, because Alu trading. Keto needs to look back, and Yampi is there right as he needs to be. Felt like miscommunication or a misread from Keto, thinking Yampi would double back, but he went all the way through lower after killing syrsoN. And that's an eco that Big really wish they won, because it was in the palm of their hand. Some great pistol shots, but just longed out by ENCE. 14-10, trying to take us to 3.
Yeah, Keto really a saving grace here for Big, who otherwise... Well, they're having a rough go at it. Double ops in this round. Keto and syrsoN going to try their luck. Got to put a stop to ENCE, and they've got to do it now.
Keto done in the AWP, and he's going to best them both in mid. Man, everyone's laughing till Keto pick up the AWP. That's where things get a little more scary now. syrsoN barely even had to say his name outside of when he's been dying, which is unfortunate, because he's often so successful in this team for Big. Keto's taking matters into his own hands now. They want a strong AWPing presence. And he's eyeing up top mid, still holding on. He does have support from syrsoN in the connector as well. They're going to run boost Alu across. Keto sees it, but misses the flick. And now syrsoN's like, well, this is it. My time to shine, baby. There it is. Alu out of the round, and the follow-up onto Sunny as well. The double AWP comes alive for Big, as it's all AWPs getting all the kills. 11 on the board, and they've still got some fight left in them yet.
Where did that come from? Some great flashes and even better shots by both Keto and syrsoN. And that's ENCE just feeding the beasts in mid, trying to get those AWPs out of the hand of Big, and it does not work well. Both wallbang headshots for syrsoN as well. That's just ridiculous. Oh, that flash pushes Alu off. He might have had tabseN on the cross. Instead, the info's not there for ENCE as they line up a quick execute. Keto's here. He's in your nightmares. He's everywhere he needs to be. And with that Molotov as well, that's going to bail for ENCE. They threw a full execute, and they're not doing it. They're a man down. They know they don't want to walk into the dude with 33 kills. And so they double back and do it later instead. Still another smoke to throw in. And regaining lost ground behind them, checking for the spawn flank. Will it be A? Certainly looks that way. They know no one's pushed. Big have a man up, and pressure's on them right now, so they're just going to hang on. Keto is still here, however, and tabseN never spotted, never moved, and rarely wavering.
Is there anything that Keto cannot do? The nade gonna find a bit of damage in the afterlife for tabseN. Keto in with 3. Can he give us an ace? Because he's 1 away from it, and it's just Alu that stands in his way. Alu in with the repeat, and of
Boink.
course, it's Searson with the steal. Now, he couldn't possibly have Keto picking up the AWP and doing better than he is now, could he?
Well,
36.
36
over
on
triple his
Keto.
kills.
That's unreal, man.
This is regulation. He's smashing records soon if he keeps it
Yeah,
up.
9 kills, right? Hang on, what is he on, 36? No,
36.
11 kills in that case.
Yes, but
Math now.
doable, but you know ENCE are going to try and avoid him now, right? Like, surely they're going B. They got
Come
another
on,
buy.
Keto.
Yeah, let's see what he got. Searson, I mean, you know, he may steal the ace. I'm just glad he's getting on the board. This double up has been dominant for Big. The solution. Keto sat in CT on the A site, leaving him alone as an anchor player now.
A delayed underpass here for ENCE. Alu creeping up. Capson hears that op go off. He's poached up in the window. Perched even.
Could be poached.
Could be poached.
Depends how endangered he is. Maybe they could sell his tusks somewhere.
Right.
Wow. Harry, thoughts?
I was going more down like he might end, you know, sunny side up route,
Yeah.
right? Like, or maybe he'll
No.
get scrambled, but no. Instead,
Nice.
what about D Horden, the man in mid? Searson holding on for the repeat from Alu.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
Get out. You're a
spooky
man.
Alu.
Yeah.
And they are 5v4, you're bang on, right? So Searson's like, I don't need to throw down my life here. We can just play the trade game.
Back to A. Keto's there, by the way. And even with a B lurker, Doto has to sell this fake with his utility going through. Even if he gets a pick, Tizian will never be expected in this position at such a late point in the round. 20 seconds. They're running out ramp. Here is Keto looking to break records, looking to break ENCE. Molotov into the spawn. Yampi has the sight. Bonplan can come in. Keto stands in the molly. He's got to get out. Yampi's hunting him down. Keto with the repeat. The nade is good. Yampi is better. And a quick shot has brought ENCE a 4-on-4. He will be picked up by Searson on the retake. And this late lurk from Doto denied by Tapson at the bottom of mid. That still means Big is in this yet again. A 4-on-2 with kits. What?
Oh, what
Okay,
is that? Zantares, hello? It's all left onto Sergey, and Zantares comes in with a double.
What a
my.
shot. Can we see that again?
Yeah, he spams Alu out. That is unreal. And like, what a way to do right by Keto, who's been pouring his heart and soul into this map, right? The rest of the gang have been pretty underwhelming thus far, and he falls early in that round there. Well, how fitting is it that Searson on that double orb picks up 2, Zantares with a double of his own on the rotate. They do right by Keto, and they do all right by themselves as well. Another round to keep Big in this one. 13-14 now, and the money gone for ENCE. They've got a hero AK on Sunny, armor, Tech 9s for the rest of the gang. What are they going to do with it?
This feels like the reverse of Nuke, right? Big up, huge. ENCE pulling a comeback. Big close it. Could this be ENCE dropping the ball at the final hurdle? Searson with a shot in mid. He's getting a lot better on this hoop. He's warming into things on the CT side, and supported by his cast of Keto certainly helps. Searson, though, ooh, has to trade. He's missed his shot, but he follows up, keeping this round alive for Big. If that was another kill for Yampi, 2 guns available and the A site open. Now it's just a question mark. Keto looks into middle from the ticket position, but he's got a lot to watch on A. ENCE have brought the bomb back to top mid as they try and grab these guns. Lost in connector. Keto's got all of this though, and they might just walk right into the Cyclops.
Oh, they try to fake flash it. Keto ain't falling for your silly games, Doto. Alu left alive, spotted by Keto, tagged, and there it is, Zantares to steal it.
And now it does look a little bit more hard to get that record broken. English.
Yeah, you know,
Impossible.
if he aced both of these remaining rounds, he would be on par.
All right, no challenge. Easy for Keto.
Easy for Keto. So Big, gonna play CT spawn, give him the respect.
Keto is actually playing CT spawn. He's throwing the top mid smoke though. A big and an aggro mid. That's a big call to make in round number 29, but they're up for the task. Alu with a nade on no armor gets tagged. Zantares is blind in the connector, and Sunny with the opener. Big's mid control gets sliced and diced apart. Keto might have to ace after all.
And he's getting pressured fast, man. They're already up the stairs. Tabson holding on, though. Tabson with the squad. Through the smoke. He deletes them, and it's all left on to Alu. Tabson, the savior. Had a very, very quiet game. And just then, when they needed someone to step up, Tabson is that man. And now Alu all alone. Never mind the ace for Quito. It might be the ace for Tabson if he has his way. Alu goes through, and this time it's Quito to steal it.
You just take the round there if you're big. You just take the round and you run with it. 4 through the smoke as they file through. Oh my. The lineup at the end for Tabson doesn't get much better than that. What a round. That was ENCE with the advantage. 5-on-3 leading into that A site. That was just perfect for them. And Tabson, he might have just won this entire series for big. He might have just knocked ENCE out of the tournament. Torres making the catch up to make control again. He's flashed off this time, and Yampi's getting closer, but Searson has the cover. Oh no, not like this for ENCE. 4-on-5, splitting into A. Doto low and dead to the nade. It's down to the Palace and Ramp players who do find a pick on the wide swung Quito, but Tabson has dropped the bomb as it tumbles into the site, and he might be here to clean it all up. Alu alone to keep the tournament lifeline alive for ENCE, and it all just feels too bittersweet. Too inevitable. Big 1 kill away from facing NIP in that next matchup and keeping it going. Alu's on 30 kills. He's got a bomb on the site, could plant, but Big have so many nades to dunk him.
Oh, he goes up, and with that, ENCE go out. That's it. Their tournament run drawing to an end. Big, they carry on fighting as they dish up one hell of a comeback. Quito and company managed to lock in the victory 2-0, and they keep fighting, going on to face NIP later on.